You participate in probably was going to be the most badass fight scene in any film this year. Talk a little bit about that fight sequence between the gods and the titans.
I wore a mask, right? And I love my trident. I've done a lot of movies where I learn a lot of mixed martial arts, especially with weapons training, but a staff I haven't been trained with. So that's pretty much what my trident is. And we have our fighting masks. And there's a couple times where we'd have to stop because I was smiling. I'm like, how can you tell I'm smiling? All you can see are my eyes. And they're like, you get the crinkles right there. I'm like, oh, geez. I just enjoyed it so much. And it's such an epic battle. I love action movies. But this one's, I got giddy off of.
I hadn't ever done any martial arts fighting before, so it was really fun. And the stunt team were really great teachers because I really had no idea. But it was martial arts sickle fight, and we trained for 2 hours for about 3 weeks. Yeah.
Now, you get to work a lot in this film with a guy quickly becoming one of my favorite actors, actually, Luke Evans. Talk about working with Luke.
Yeah, Luke is so warm. He's such a likable, such a beautiful person. I really loved working with him.
You have this ancient story. Talk about this vision that you had for it and what new things you wanted to bring to the audience for Immortals.
Well, it isn't particularly true to any ancient vision. It's just that gods in almost every society have massive big problems. Apart from prophets are different. But the idea was that I wasn't particularly making a Greek movie, just an action-adventure film in which you needed superheroes. You can either make them into Marvel characters, or you can go back to the ancients. And this just happens to be a Greek setting.
What do you think it is about the story in Immortals in particular, when you talk about the ancient Greek gods, that average everyday people seem to identify with and enjoy watching and hearing about?
Well, because I think the ancient gods were more f***ed up than almost all the gods you can think of now. They were incestuous, they came down and impregnated people that did not like them, they fought with each other, they killed their children, they ate their children. So all that seems to be probably a lot more of a human trait than what most people now give to gods.
Now, the time that you were shooting this, you were working with an actor that maybe not a lot of people had heard about in Henry Cavill. Talk about working with Henry and the job he does playing Theseus.
Well, I kind of wanted somebody that nobody would have heard of at that particular point, except he had a small following, hardcore following, from a TV series. And just wanted somebody who was really, really, really committed and not to something else that I just had him for a small pocket on. So he was something I gave him 8 months, and he came back in incredible shape.
So playing Stavros in the film is this classic character we see in these mythology movies, the ones that the hero cannot make the journey without. Talk about Stavros and how you saw him and wanted him to come across.
I just wanted him to be natural, speak for himself, and he's the only character in the movie that kind of says it like it is. And so to me, he was kind of the Han Solo of the movie. Kind of the edge of the movie, and then ultimately becomes a hero. So hopefully there's an arc. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I hear it's really good. And,
it's really good.
Oh, cool. And Stavros should be a guy that the audience is agreeing with. Like, why wouldn't you want to sleep with Frida Pinto? Why wouldn't you want to be attracted to her if she's in the desert and Frida Pinto's walking around? It's like he's the only smart one of the bunch, I think.
I think what people fail to realize is that when there are just very, very few women on set, you tend to get all the attention. So yes, I did feel very included. Thank you.
Now you have a very steamy scene with Henry Cavill in the film. Is it true that that was your first day of shooting that you did that?
It was my first day of shooting. It was Tarsam's idea to use all my nervous energy in that scene because the scene is, Phaedra is very nervous about what she's going to be doing next. And, it's a big decision for her to make, and it's a big dilemma because she wants to keep her powers, but she's also in love with this man. So I guess he kind of used that in a very effective way by making that my first scene on set.